Everyone, welcome back to another one of my videos. This will be like a part 2 to my first guide video on how to do some different building for different shapes, some basic shapes and stuff. So the first one shows you how to make shapes like this circle, right? In this video, what I'm gonna do is show you how to basically like go up from here. Say you want to build walls, you want to enclose this, put a ceiling on it. The most important part of this video will be doing the wall, or not the wall, the ceiling on top. So what we're going to do right here real quick is just mix some stuff up, do some walls and stuff. So let's place some doors. So this is to show that you can place ceilings and stuff and walls and mix and match. So these are glass double, what are they called? It won't tell me. Here, let's look. What am I using? I am using greenhouse double door frames, greenhouse walls, metal ceilings, metal foundations. I'm in creative mode, so I'm in single player, so I'm able to just spawn this stuff in. You don't have to use these exact same buildings or structures I'm using. This is all just for an example for the sake of the video. So you got these couple, doors. Let's say you want to put them on every corner. What I'm doing is, if you need to know the controls, I'm on Xbox. I am pushing down on the D-pad, and then the blueprint of it shows up, whatever you call it, and then when you found the place you want to place it, or found a snap point you want it set to, you hit right trigger. And then let's say you want to like turn it around, you hit right bumper to turn your structures. Alright, so we got all of our double door frames. Now I hold left bumper, and then I select Y. I hit Y on the controller, and that brings up where I have in my hotbar where I have the doors themselves and not the door frames. So now I'm placing the doors inside the door frames. You can even mix and match the doors. So say you wanted glass door frames and like wooden doors, you could put those in. So we got our doors all the way around on all the triangle ceilings. Or not ceilings, foundations. So that's a triangle foundation. So that means you can place walls and doors on triangle foundations. You can do the same with normal foundations. Now I'm going to go with stone walls all the way. I'm going to fill in all the gaps where doors aren't. And I'm going to fill it in with stone walls. I don't know how many this would need. That was 12 I just placed, so 12 to go all the way around. And then what I'm going to do is go one more up on top of all of them. So that means even on top of the doors, I'm going to place stone walls. So we're going to go up with this. I'm hitting right trigger to place them. Now, we can go ahead and just move on to the ceiling. So this is where it gets a little bit more complicated. So I'm going to make it all out of glass, or most of it out of glass. Actually, I'll make all of it. So let's type in real quick. This doesn't need to be in the video. Might cut it out, might not. I'm going to make some greenhouse ceilings real quick. Let's make some extra walls. Okay, there we go. So now we don't need any more foundations or anything. And we're not going to use those metal ceilings. So, okay. So what you're going to need is left and right greenhouse walls, or any wall. So the left and right sloped wall comes in wood, stone, metal, and tech, and greenhouse, or glass. And then for the corners, let's say you wanted to go up and it's sloped, you want a triangle roof for the corners. And then I'll show you why we need the walls here in a second. Okay, so what we're going to need to do is place a greenhouse wall right here. and then just one left or right sloped wall will work. So like that. And then we're missing one more thing. The sloped wall itself, or the roof. So now you got your sloped walls placed. Now to place the roof, you need these sloped walls. So that's the sloped roof. That's the greenhouse sloped roof. So what I started off with a greenhouse ceiling, and then I placed I placed one left sloped greenhouse wall, and then a right one as well. So that's how I was able to do that. Now I think, so I need to remove that because that's my example, but here's what I got wrong, is we need these. That is a triangle. You use these on the corner bits. So these are, what are they called? They are called greenhouse triangle roof. Now they're sloped just like the roofs are. Now you see, the reason we need the sloped walls is because the game does this. You can't just connect it normally to a wall. This is what it does when you try and snap it to a wall. So that's how we got to get that to work. So what we're going to do is after that corner bit, what we're going to do is place two ceilings, and then we're going to place a left sloped greenhouse wall, and then we're going to select our sloped roof and then connect them. Now sloped roofs can connect to each other. So what I did there is I connected it. I connected the first sloped greenhouse roof to the sloped greenhouse wall. Now that's coming left and right. And then I just connected the next sloped roof to the first one. Now you need these ceilings to do this because you can't get this shape normally. So let's say we tried this, right? The problem with this is it'll go there, and if we do it here, it'll just put it inside as well. So that's why we have to put the ceilings first, so then we can get the shape we want. Now remember, you only place the ceilings where a foundation is, so then you get your lineup correct, right? If you put them in the corners, it won't connect properly and it won't look right. So that's why in the corners where the triangle foundations have been used, or where we put our doors, you have to use a triangle roof. So let's go ahead and just place triangle roofs on every corner. I don't know what you call these other than corners, but we're, let's say, over our glass doors. So now all the corners are placed. Now, what we do is we pull out the ceilings and we place them. Now on console, what I'm doing is, in my hotbar, I have my ceilings placed in on the up. I have to hit up on the D-pad to pull them up. Now you can place them anywhere down there, but I'm not here to teach you how to play the game basically. I'm teaching you how to build this structure, so you should know how to use the controls. Now if you want to turn stuff, if you don't know that, you see how I'm changing it like that? I'm hitting right bumper. Left bumper does nothing, so I'm hitting right bumper to do that. Alright, back to the build. Place these all the way around. Alright, so now there's more to it though. So even though these can snap, you can't snap the sloped roofs to the triangle roof. They don't snap. They only snap to other roofs. So what I'm going to have to do is pull out either a left or a right. So what would that be? Let's look real quick. This is a right one, and then this is a left one. So you can do either or. You can place this, so you can put them on the right or the left. You can put them in the middle. It matters what you put there. Well, you can hit right trigger and change it. So you could probably get away with only using a left or a right for this entire build. So I'm going to place that in the middle. And then we can place two more roofs on top of that. Now, one of these has to snap to that wall I placed right there to do that. So let's say we want to do that again. Now the icons are confusing down there between the left and the right sloped wall and the triangle roof. They all look very similar, just like in different angles. So what you do is, so what's going on here is the sloped greenhouse wall is snapping to one of these two in the middle, so it's not connected to both. So if you were to remove one of these, you could end up removing your whole roof, or a big chunk of it. Now, I didn't think about these corners that are open like this. If you don't want them open like that, what you can do is use a triangle ceiling. So let's look up green. That'll pull up greenhouse. There are triangle greenhouse ceilings. So just for the sake of using all the same thing, you can connect it. Now what that's either snapping to the wall or the ceilings. So let's say you didn't want these corners open. You place those. So we're placing them in between. We're placing it underneath this greenhouse triangle roof. And what we're using is triangle ceilings. So there's triangle roofs and there's triangle ceilings. And then these are normal ceilings that are here, right? Okay, I forgot one more corner. This is all just an example of things you can do. You can interchange any of this with, let's say, wood. So let's just, for the sake of showing it, let's go and find some wood stuff. Now the wooden ceilings and the wooden roofs look the same. Their icons are the same, so you have to pay attention to the name. Now the reason I can build everything in my inventory is because I am in creative mode. Okay. Now I know I went and found a wall, a sloped wood wall, right? You don't need to use this for wood. So you can mix and match this as well. So let's say we do that. You can then use glass. And then if you want to mix and match glass and wood, right? If you wanted to do that, you could. Now, I don't think I can do anything about how much further it goes down than that. I think it's just, that's how it's designed, right? So we'll get rid of that. And then we'll just continue with the glass. We'll keep the wood wall there, I guess, because it doesn't really hurt anything. Or, you know what we can do? We can destroy it with glass one there. Now, you can replace it. So what I did there is the reason it got destroyed and replaced is because I placed it in the same spot the last one was, and I hit right trigger. And it breaks it. It gives you half the resources that were spent to use it. It demolishes it. So now you know you can mix and match any of this. If you didn't want to make this roof out of glass, you could be using, say, stone ceilings, or wood ceilings, or metal ceilings, or tech ceilings. You could even mix some thatch in here, but there's, like, you could make the roof thatch, because the left and right sloped walls do exist in thatch, and the same thing with the roof. So, like, oops. Let's say you wanted to get rid of it, you wanted a big fluffy roof that looked like thatch or whatever, you can do that. So, let's just go ahead and finish this up. I think I've done quite a bit of explaining with the building, because we still got a few more steps to go with finishing this roof. So I think I've done pretty good on explaining all that. So, how do we go up from here? We got our first layer done, right? There's two things we can do. We can either make this flat or go up again. So here's how we go up again. You see how there's these ceilings and stuff and there's these gaps? In the front here, you can take, say, a glass wall and place it on the ceiling. So then what it does is it kind of covers it up in there. So say I wanted to use stone, you can mix and match the stone too. So if you wanted to cover that up with metal, or you don't want to cover it up because you want to be able to see out, you could just do that. So like, yeah, we can still look up and out. So then the point of the wall being there is so then we can connect a new ceiling to it. Otherwise, we can't connect it properly. It'll sit over it. And I would assume you don't want this. That doesn't look good to me. And I wouldn't want to do that, right? So we don't want to demolish it when we pick it up. Now the way you pick it up is you push and hold Y. Now if it's already been 30 seconds, the game won't let you pick it up. It'll force you to break it. So what we're going to do is we're going to place these walls all the way around, filling in all these gaps. There's a snap point right there. You want to fill it in. It can go up or down. I don't know why you'd want to do that. I guess you could. So you could go up again with the wall, right? And then you could do what I did down here all over again. But we're not going to do that because I haven't done that before, and that would be too much exploring. So we're going to stick to something I do know. So we could fill all this in, but it wouldn't work with ceilings. Well, normal ceilings. The way we would need to fill it in is with triangle ceilings, like this. So this would be really simple. It's just like filling in the center of a foundation. So let's just fill it in real quick, and then what I could do is destroy it, and then I could show you how to go up even further. So what these are connecting to, at first, these end ones are connecting to the walls we placed inside. And then, after you've done that, as long as you're filling in the middle, you can keep going in and fill it all in. But, so that's simple. That's a more simple roof design. It's a little more complicated going down. I accidentally took out a foundation down there. This is the red gun. Admins use it. You could destroy anything, even other people's stuff that aren't a part of your tribe. Okay. So let's go ahead. Fix that real quick. Close. I need to put my gun away because I don't need it now. Okay. So let's say you're crazy and you want to fill this in even further. I think what you would do... Let's look. I think you would go up with triangle roofs. Okay, I think because I'm flying this is a little harder. The game is really finicky, so what I'm doing to change where it is I'm hitting right bumper. Okay, so placed it like that. Now these can snap to each other, and then you can go up even more. So I think the way we're going to finish this roof off is with triangle roofs. I don't know how many you would need for this. But let's just go all the way around with it. Yeah, see, I just fell off the roof. It's a little frustrating to actually deal with these. I don't like building roofs like this. I do for the looks, but not for the process isn't fun. So you don't want to snap it here because it won't do it right. So you snap it to these walls right here, where like you on top of these walls. So the walls we placed earlier, we're placing triangle roofs on top of them. So now what we're gonna do is you just want to move if the game's giving you a hard time, try just moving around in different angles. I'm cheating, I'm using flying commands and stuff like that right now, so I'm making it easier on myself, but I'm doing it to show you. So like once you've made this little like symbol here or shape, you then place a triangle roof on top of it. So triangle roofs connect to each other and snap on top. So like you see, now we're at our point. So you can kind of see how it's finishing up. So they're connecting to each other. We gotta, for the sake of looks, now you can do this with stone, metal, wood. I'm just using glass because it looks nice, but all of them look nice. Really just depends on what you like. So we don't want it to curve in. You see how it's like wanting, we don't want it to do that. You see what it's showing right there? I'm changing it by either moving my camera or hitting right trigger. Or not trigger, bumper. Okay, you see that? We want that. We want it to do that. Now sometimes what the game will do is, you see how it showed it was going to place right here? Sometimes what it'll do is place it in a different spot. Alright, there we go. So they came up to a point. There's no way to make them completely enclosed up at the top. They're always going to be like this. So this is the best you can do. So this is your point. You have your pointy little booby building. This is your circle. It has a nice little roof on top. You don't have to make it come up to a point. This is just to show you that you can do it and how to do it. You can come inside. We can look. Okay. So you see how like my character had a little bit of a hard time getting up like that? The way you can deal with that is with stairs or ramps. So here we go, some wood stairs, just to show you can mix and match even more. Now, the thing is, there are wood ramps and there are wood stairs, but you can change the stairs just the way you can with foundations. Go up, hold Y on them. You see the switch to block or switch to default? It makes it look like a wall. What this does is makes it look like a ramp when you do it with stairs. So, we got our little building. You can make the walls higher than this. If you make the walls higher than this will act the exact same. So let's say you made the wood wall, the stone walls 8 high. Say you went 8 high with it. This wouldn't change. The way I told you to build the ceiling would not be any different if you made this taller. This wouldn't be any different if you made it out of wood, stone. It would be different if you built... The roof wouldn't be different if you built it out of thatch, besides the way it looks. But, yeah, so the way I went about it wouldn't be any different. You don't have to place the doors here. You can place them here if you want. You could do walls at the bottom and go wall... and then do doors on top if you wanted. If you're weird like that or something. And then what you could do is put the stairs on top of the wall. So let's say you wanted to make a shelf out of walls or ceilings. You could do this. You can intersect them into each other and stuff. I'm just giving y'all some bonus stuff right here, just to show you what all you can do with buildings. So you can do stuff like that. Say you had doors coming up to there. You can put, let's say you wanted to be able to get up on your roof. What you could do is place a ceiling there, and then go to your stairs and connect and bring them all the way down, like that. It's in the way of the door, but now you can get up on your roof. The way I did that is I snapped a normal ceiling, not a triangle or anything, to the wall. It might also be connected to that ceiling. I just assume it's connected to the wall. And then I connected stairs to the ceiling, and I just connected the new stairs to the first set of stairs. Because there's a snap point. A snap point is like, you see how it's like not connected to anything, it's red, it has no snap point up at the top of the screen. What you do is, when you get up to a structure, it'll automatically cling to it, or whatever. It'll automatically turn green. You see how it's like going back and forth like that? That's what it's snapping to it. We call that snapping. Alright, well, I think that's enough explanation. I hope you enjoyed the video. That's how you build. That was part 2 to the simple building guide. Hope you enjoyed. See you later. Oh, wait, one more thing, or a couple more things, is I have a Discord channel that I will link in this video's description or in the comments. Maybe both. And then if you go to my bio or description for my channel, I will link it there as well. I will be doing more of these build guides. Also, if you have any questions about this or any of my building stuff, or you have questions about how I explain things, you can leave the question in the comments of this video. That should be everything. I will see y'all later with another video.